Steve, today we're talking about downforce. What is downforce?
You're talking about street cars now, I take it, right? Well, there is always a use for downforce. I mean, downforce is one of the greatest things about modern race cars is we have so much traction with downforce. It doesn't add weight to the vehicle, it just adds traction by pushing it down. But street car spoilers are so small and the lips are so small. It is measurable. If you go to a wind tunnel, you can probably generate 100, maybe even 200 pounds of anti-lift, they call it, because street cars lift as the air travels over the body. Some people refer to anti-lift as downforce. But there's a small gain, mostly stability at high speed from the lip spoiler in the back, like when you're going down the Autobahn or some other road at very high speed, but it's a very small gain. And it's mostly a cosmetic statement. And I like the way it looks too, by the way. I have them in all my cars, so I think it looks cool. But whether or not you can actually measure, because we've gone to the racetrack and taken the spoilers off and on, it's pretty hard to measure. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more things you can do to your car that will be a lot larger gain than the aerodynamics. Having said that, I think they look cool.
Yeah, so adding a spoiler to your car, mainly cosmetic.
It's mainly a cosmetic statement, yeah.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. All right, Steve, next question. Do you prefer classic shocks or electronic controlled for performance cars like M3, M5?
That's a very good question, by the way. Classic shocks are great if they're adjustable for both compression and rebound separately, if it's a track day car, because it gives you the ability to fine tune the compression, the rebound, and make the car handle better. But as far as the street car goes, I honestly really prefer the electric dampers or electric shocks, because then I can make the car soft for driving around town. I can make it firm if I want to drive sporty, and it's not a track day car for me anyway, so the small gain in performance from the conventional, traditional shock absorber is on the street. You can't get to the limit anyway, so it's just not significant, and the variability in ride quality is a lot better. Or the flexibility in ride quality is a lot better. That's
okay.
What I meant to say.
All right, Steve, Ghost M5C said, top 3 favorite BMW builds.
Well, I like new cars for the most part because every time they make a new car, the car is faster, it has more power. Even the new ones are even lighter given the amount of hardware that's on them. So the technology just keeps improving. I'm a technology guy. So my favorite car right now is the M5 M8. A very close second is the new M380 G80 M3 M4. But then I really have a soft spot for the old E92 M3 with the V8 with such a great motor, naturally aspirated, and we could stroke it and bore it and make a lot of power. It's just a fantastic car.
We'll just keep going.
Okay.
How many miles can we expect out of the built engine CarBahn makes?
Well, it depends on what you do with it. If it's a race car, we used to rebuild them every 30 hours because it's a race car. If it's a naturally aspirated motor, that typically lasts like 125,000 miles. If it's a turbo engine, it depends on how much boost you're running. You can run enough turbo boost, you can over-tune a car, so you can break it in seconds. Or if you use the engine as intended, get a little more power out of the engine, but improve the reliability, again, it'll last 125,000 miles even with the boost turned up.
And we offer a warranty on our CarBahn engines, right?
Yeah, a warranty is 2 years, 24,000 miles, but you have to stay underneath the torque limit that we put in the piece of paper with the engine. Because again, if you can run enough boost that you can break anything in seconds if you run too much, So if you go back, if I could digress for a little bit, you go back to the old Formula One days, they used to make 1,000, 1,200 horsepower of a 1,500 cc engine. Mm-hmm. But they would do that in qualifying, and the thing would be good for 3 laps, and they put a new engine in for the race, and that would be good for one race, and they throw that motor away and put another one in for the next weekend. So it depends on what your definition of reliability is.
Yeah, exactly. All right, last one. Javi Roque. What happened to Steve's legendary 5.8 liter E60 M5?
The actual car or the engine?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, we still make the engines. We still sell them.
I'm guessing the car.
All the time. I don't know who owns the car now. I've owned 80 or 90 new BMWs that we've modified and done media with for the entire time I own Dinan and CarBahn.
Yeah.
And when we get done with media, we sell them, and then those persons sell them again, and I don't really keep track of
where they go.
Yeah, you don't keep track of
where it ended up.
I don't really have any idea.
All right, so if anyone out there knows where Steve's legendary 5.8 liter E60 M5 is, send us a picture.
It was white with a black interior.
White with black interior.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a neat car. I like that car a lot. I love that engine.
Yeah, we're still selling those engines, you said?
We still sell those engines and also a stroke to board version of that same engine for the S65 for the E90 M3 as well.
Okay, awesome.
Another day in the office.